Hello everybody, this is GadgetMom, I guess. Today I am recording my first video for Gadget's channel. She said I could go ahead and record a few, and I thought it might be kind of fun. I have a YouTube channel that I haven't posted to in a really long time, but it's not gaming or anything like that. So today I am showing you, if you've not seen it, this is Agrarian Skies, and it's something that I've been playing for about a month, I guess. No, this is not the map that I've been playing on for about a month. This is how you start. It is a hardcore skyblock style map. I hadn't ever played any sort of skyblock before this mod pack, so I thought it'd be fun to give it a try. I'd seen a couple YouTubers do it, Dire Wolf and a couple of the others, and basically what it does is it is a skyblock map. You are in a void world, so if you fall off, you die. You have a certain number of lives. You can earn more lives by completing quests and tasks. If you use up all your lives, you're dead, you're gone, and that's the hardcore mode portion of it. You know, your world gets deleted, and that's that. This is your quest, but this is how you start. There's also a flat world, but the default is this home sweet home, where you do have a little bit of a home, you do have some light, which is nice, and you do have a little bit of shelter here. You also start out with a strong box with a few things to get started, and one of the things that is going to be the most important is this quest book here. And when you open it up, it's going to start reading it to you, but forget it. I mean, you can read it for yourself. You can always go back and read it again. But basically, the whole world has been destroyed, and you need to rebuild it single-handedly. And if you've never skyblocked before, actually, I think this is a really good way to learn how to do it. I don't really have anything to compare it to, so I might be completely wrong here. But I love the fact that, like, this whole learning to skyblock quest, it goes through and teaches you exactly how to use the quest system and things like that. But beyond that, it teaches you how to use how to skyblock, how it's different, how you get resources when you can't mine, when there's nothing to mine, and it really forces you to go through the mods and use the mods in the pack. Oh, it's great, it's raining. So a couple quick tips that I just wanted to point out, and I am probably going to forget a bunch, so forgive me. As soon as you can get up under the roof, make sure you do light the roof, because mobs can spawn up there. Another quick little thing, you have one piece of dirt. Now, you are given saplings and some bone meal and some other things here that you'll find out what they're for. Some flint to make some basic tools, because you need to make the Tinker's Construct stuff, which they'll kind of walk you through, which is really kind of nice. But as you can see, there's only one piece of dirt. Quick little tip, if you dig under that piece of dirt, there is a dirt chest with an extra 7 pieces. It doesn't sound like it's a big deal, like whoopie-doo, now I have 8 pieces of dirt rather than 1. Believe me, it can really make a big difference. Another trick or tip that I learned from someone else playing it, as soon as you get wood, make some stairs so that you're not jumping. Hunger is a real issue, especially early game, and it is not like regular Minecraft where when you get really hungry, you know, you start to do what my kids and I call the shaky shakies. Ah, creeper, crap. And I have no door. I've got dirt. There we go. You don't do the shaky shakies and then, you know, start to get mining fatigue or any of those effects. If your hunger gets down to 0, you die. That's it. So I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to show you where I have gotten in the last about month or so, and I'll be right back. Okay, and here is what my little dwelling looks like now. Gadget comes on here with me every so often, so we've got 2 beds if we don't want it to be nighttime. She basically comes in and plays with the Pam's, what's it called? Pam's Harvest Craft. It introduces lots of different types of seeds and food crafting recipes, some of which are included in the quest book. So she comes in and makes food for me, so I don't have to make food, which is great, because that's the thing I'm sort of least interested in. But this is what my dwelling looks like now. and I've got a couple of redstone furnaces in here. This is mostly the food. It does have applied energistics, so I was able to set up an ME system. And oh yeah, I built out CobbleGen is one of the things that you're going to want to figure out first. And it allows you to build out in an area. These platforms used to be wood, and then I replaced them with cobble because I discovered that if you're using a lumber axe, which you can get as a reward or from Tinker's Construct, if you're using a lumber axe to cut down a tree on a wood platform, you're liable to fall into the void when that lumber axe takes out the platform below you. Not that I would have found that out from experience. You notice I am flying. There is the Simply Jetpacks mod included in this pack, which is super nice when you get to the point where you can make one because it allows you a lot more freedom, obviously, to get to where you need to go. I don't want to get too long for this video, so I'm just going to give you kind of a brief overview of where things are and what I did. This platform here with the dirt in it was originally used for spawning some passive mobs, and that's how you get like sheep and pigs, cows. Basically, you want to create a grassy area a little bit away from your house and just kind of wait for a little while and they'll spawn. I did find out the hard way, though, that once I killed them all, because I was going to move them, and I don't remember exactly what I was thinking when I killed them all. There is a way to spawn eggs, like to craft eggs to spawn them in. I guess I was figuring that's what I was going to do, so I just went ahead and killed them all. They don't respawn for some reason. This pig came from somewhere else, actually. So right now it's got an alveary there because I'm working on the bees portion of the questing system. There is a barrel, the Java barrel mod is included in this pack, so that's really kind of nice. As you can see, I really didn't keep much of the original. I did keep this kind of little stream, and I kept that for using these sifters. And if you decide to start on Agrarian Skies, or if you've played it, you understand about the sifters and sifting dirt. And basically, you start off sifting dirt, creating dirt in compost bins, and sifting it in order to get the ores. I have a little cow pen set up here to generate milk and things, some chickens. Down below, I set this up. This is kind of a hot mess down here. Honestly, this area in general needs some streamlining. I'm not real good about planning things in advance as I'm building stuff. I don't have an overall plan in mind. I just kind of add things where I need them. These barrels, you can make them out of oak wood, spruce wood, whatever wood you want. These are the kinds of things that you use to create dirt at first. You can throw in extra saplings, you can throw in extra food, you can throw in zombie flesh, and it'll create dirt blocks for you, which is a great way to get started with the dirt blocks. This is my ME system that I was talking about from Applied Energistics. So I have a bunch of, if you've used Applied Energistics, then you know what all these things are. I don't want to get too much into all that stuff because otherwise this stuff will take a long time. This room, if you get rewards that include safari nets, I didn't realize sometimes some reward bags include single-use safari nets. I thought they were just single-use safari nets. It turns out they are filled with things, but you might want to put them in a room because it could be a blaze, it could be a cow. You have no idea. So Gadget and I actually built this room when she was going to help me open a safari net that we were really nervous about opening. And why is that hole there? As it turns out, it was a cow. So I just decided to put my nether portal in this room because that way anything that comes through the portal from the other side, although I do have a similar room built like this in the nether, just in case. The nether has changed. A lot of things have changed with some of these mods. Zombie pigmen are not passive. They are hostile immediately, even if you haven't hit them. So that's something to keep in mind. The nether is very dangerous. There's something called hellfish in the nether that are like those silverfish that you run into mining a little bit, but on steroids. I mean, they're ridiculous. This is sort of my Thaumcraft area with my infusion altar set up. I did get a bunch of aura nodes to generate V if you've played Thaumcraft, if you've played around with Thaumcraft at all, and to recharge my wand and stuff. And I got my little golem there doing his thing, filling jars. So Thaumcraft is included on this. This lovely little head is what's gifted to you when you die. If you die in any other way, I think, other than falling into the void, you get one of those little heads, which is lovely. This is my blood magic altar. This is currently a tier 3 altar. No, I'm sorry, tier 4 altar. Yeah, tier 4 altar, and it's got some rituals going. One to contain things in there, sacrifices, for lack of a better, more kind of PC word. I did get some silverwood saplings, so I planted them in this area and kept cutting them down until I got ones that had these aura nodes in it, so it would turn it into like a magical biome. You do get biomes in this mod pack, even though it's a void world. There are biomes. If you do F3, you can see as you're going through where the biomes change, and those might come into play for certain things if you need them. This is a laser drill that actually drills down below the bedrock, and it's a good way to get ores and stuff. That's sort of a mid kind of game thing to make. It requires an enormous amount of power. Up here is my mob spawner. I was gifted some cursed earth by one of the quest bags, so I replaced the cobble that I originally had in there with cursed earth. So now I'm getting more mob spawning, which is kind of nice. But that's another thing you're going to need to set up, kind of pretty close to the beginning of it, is a mob trap of some sort. A gravity mob trap using water or these conveyor belts from open blocks, I think, is ideal. You can just use water if you don't want to do the conveyor belts, if you don't have the resources for it. But basically, it's just one of those things where, they just fall to their death, and you can collect the drops. Now, I do have a grinder set up to kill them down at the bottom here, but I didn't originally. It was one of those things where it was kind of manual. They just fell, and I kind of cut a little hole in the side and killed them off myself. So I disable that so I can get down here. Down here is where I collected the mob essence from the grinder. I also have these crucibles are another good thing to look into early on. They melt cobblestone into lava, so you have lava gen, which then you can use to power magmatic dynamos, which is a good source of power at the beginning. You could also use steam dynamos or anything like that. Magmatic dynamos are just the thing I'm most familiar with, so that's what I went with. This igneous extruder is one of the first machines I built to actually generate cobblestone. Until then, I did it, I think I just put some cobble in one of these, and I can't remember how I got lava to begin with. Man, how did I get lava to begin with? Or a flame, because it doesn't need a heat source underneath it. I can't for the life of me remember. But I did make some lava and then use that little stream that was there to kind of generate some cobble more manually. This is another mob spawner that I have. And then over here I have another area that has an auto spawner and a grinder, and I've got a bunch of different mobs, both passive and aggressive, in these little reusable safari nets. And I've got the mob essence from the mob trap upstairs, goes into this tank, and then this tank pipes it in to that auto spawner, which is what it needs. It needs that, and it does need power. You also have tesseracts with thermal expansion, where you can kind of remotely move power and items and liquids. And speaking of things, I need to definitely go and charge this. I would normally fly up over. It's probably not a good idea to be flying over the void when my jetpack is so low. Like I mentioned, there is also Tinker's Construct in this mod pack. Forestry, extra bees. This is Tinker's Steelworks. This is a high oven for Tinker's Steelworks. There is also Mariculture, which I don't know that much about yet. I have built this crucible furnace from Mariculture to do a few things, namely to make titanium. But yeah, so that's basically, there are industrial apiaries for the bees, which is something I've been working on currently. I have a few farms set up. There's Mine Factory Reloaded in this mod pack as well. So it's a pretty neat pack. It's a pretty cool sort of, it's a pretty cool map, and I like the quests. Some of the quests are completely ridiculous as far as like the hoarding quests and things like that. But let me show you. You can see in this book, I've died 14 times. I have 88 lives. You can click here to give you more info about how you died. I don't know how Gadget's died 11 times. That surprises me. Anyway, There is a party system, so she was able to join a party with me so we can work on the quest together. So this is what I mean, though, about learning to skyblock. So it goes through all these things, you know, which is really kind of nice. It's a nice way to learn these mods. So before I get too long-winded, which I have a tendency to do, I'm going to stop here. If you want to know any more information about anything in particular, please let us know in the comments. If you would like Gadget and or I or both of us to do some sort of I wouldn't say tutorial, but sort of intro to a certain mod, then please let us know. If you just want more information about a certain mod, we can do another video about that mod a little bit more in depth. I would not call it a tutorial because I am by no means an expert in any of these mods, and Gadget just completely wants nothing to do with any of the tech mods whatsoever, which I find kind of ironic given the fact that her name is Gadget Girl. In real life, she's all about technology. In Minecraft, she wants nothing to do with it. So, but she's learning. She's learning some of it, and I will help, you know, share whatever I've learned as well as I can. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, there is also big reactors too, which I'd never made reactors before. This thing, if you know thermal expansion or anything like that, magmatic dynamos. Sorry, I was wrapping up, but then I saw my reactor and I thought, oh, I have to share about my reactor. This is sort of a mid to largest size reactor, and magmatic dynamos generate about 80 RF per tick. Did I say magmatic, right? Yeah, I don't know. This one, and it's not even turned up all the way, it's generating 3,000 RF per tick. When I have it turned up all the way, it generates 5,000 RF per tick, but it eats through fuel quite quickly that way. So, but it's very helpful to have to run that laser drill that's going on over there, because that really sucks up a lot of power. But the laser drill will get you this kind of stuff, because I have it. I have a Tesseract set up there, and it transmits the items into this chest. So anyway, now I really am going to wrap up and go, and I'm sure this is already too long-winded. I'm sure I forgot things. I'm sure that I didn't explain things correctly. I completely didn't even tell you about pans and all the different foods and things like that. But let us know in the comments if there are certain mods that you want to know more information about, and then we'll do another video and go a little bit more in depth into that. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the quality was okay. I am just using the microphone on my laptop. I apologize if you can hear the fan, either my laptop fan or the fan in the room going, but, you know, I don't have a fancy gaming headset like Gadget does, so I'm working with what I got. There's another one of my heads right there. So, anyway, hope you're having a great one, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye.